Do you ever feel like you're always in your head? That there's so much noise and chatter up there, it just never stops. Sometimes it's second guessing yourself, wondering how others are perceiving you. Sometimes it's a critical voice of self-judgment. Sometimes it can even feel as though you're constantly on the outside observing yourself. I coach many women who find that even in their most intimate moments with a partner, they're still in their head thinking, do I look okay? Is my partner enjoying themselves enough? Am I taking too long? So, how did we get so disconnected from our bodies? And how can we come back home into ourselves? First of all, I want to emphasize that if you recognize yourself in this description of disconnection, you are not alone. It is so common and completely understandable that so many of us feel this way. We've all grown up in a culture that emphasizes and prizes the logical and the rational and dismisses the emotional and the physical as unimportant or even as bad or shameful. And most of us are taught from an early age to favor our minds over what our bodies are telling us. And we also get a lot of messaging on how our bodies should or should not look. So gradually over time, we disconnect. We avoid our feelings, we learn to distract ourselves, and over time it becomes more and more difficult to hear the messages of our bodies over the sound of the internal dialogue in our head. So why does it matter? Well, when we disconnect from our bodies, we disconnect from our pleasure. We can become numb in all kinds of ways. This cuts us off, not just from intimacy, although that's important, but also from our biggest source of creativity, inspiration, life force energy, aliveness. Our bodies hold wisdom. They store emotions and unresolved tensions that we've not taken the time to feel fully. And when we come back into our bodies, we can fully feel our aliveness, everything we incarnated here to experience. Anything that has been stuck can be gently released, freeing us from holding on to the tensions and traumas of the past. The non-dual tantric traditions and the earth-centered spiritualities emphasize there is no difference between the sacred and the profane. Divinity exists in both mind and in the body. The physical and the sensual can be spiritual. And when we reconnect with ourselves, when we come back into right relationship with ourselves, we can connect with others on a deeper level. We can feel and connect, not just observe and speculate. So if you relate to this feeling cut off from yourself, then firstly, I invite you to find some compassion for yourself around that. Some compassion for buying into the misunderstanding that your body, your senses, your emotions, your sensuality, your pleasure was unimportant. And perhaps feeling that you can make a commitment to yourself to begin to become more present in your body. Some simple ways to start to practice this are to use breath, movement, and mindfulness. So a 5-minute practice that seems so simple and is so beautiful that you can use to practice coming back home into your body is to practice breathing into your yoni or your perineum, your pelvic floor area. So getting comfortable, taking a relaxed breath without pauses, ideally in and out of the mouth, like but if this is too much, you can breathe through your nose and feeling that the breath is entering and exiting via your pelvis. And once you have the feeling, you can practice feeling as deeply as you can on the inhale, and then making whatever sound feels natural on the exhale. If your body wants to move, let it move. If you feel emotions coming up, then just allow them to be present. This is what wants to be released. And if at any time it feels too much, you can always slow down and resource into your heart or any area of the body that feels good to you. Or simply open your eyes and ground yourself in your surroundings. Another useful practice that really helps to bring you back into your body if you do it regularly is the body scan. So just taking a few moments to bring your attention to what you're feeling. Scanning your body from feet to head and just naming out loud everything you can feel. So I can feel the cool floor under my toes. I can feel the pressure of the chair against my legs, against my back. I feel a tingling in my abdomen, and so on. And it's regular practice and attention to what you're feeling inside that will make the difference in the long term. What disconnects us more than anything else is just not consciously bringing attention to what we feel. So another thing you can try is to have a mindful meal, savoring each taste, each smell, each texture, noticing the life force energy from the food entering and nourishing you. It can be a really beautiful practice. Every time we bring our attention back to our physical experience, we let our brain know that this is important, and we get better and better at tuning in to how we feel. Do feel free to drop a comment below and let me know how you get on with these practices. I really appreciate a like if you've enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you'd like to hear more.